When you were retiring or in the process, did you ever think that you would be going back to school, basically?
No. In fact,
No.
and I worked in a school, and who knew that I would be back in school?
When we moved to Colorado 40-some years ago, we had no idea what things we'd be looking forward to as we were retiring and having an opportunity to do things after retirement. I still continued to want to learn. I was always learning and reading about medical things, but the opportunity to really learn and think about what else was going on in the world outside of medicine was a new opportunity. So the first class I took at Osher was U.S. foreign policy, which obviously expanded far beyond my medical journals. And from there, it was just a cornucopia.
And there really is something for everybody. I think it's one of the big challenges now, I think, is trying to whittle down which class should I take this time, because there's so many choices. But things from waterfalls to poetry to the Supreme Court, physics, all kinds of nature classes. It's wonderful. Nutrition classes and things that make our lives better now. A whole plethora of things to choose from. So it's pretty challenging just getting through the catalog sometimes.
Yeah, you've taken cooking classes, mindfulness classes. I took a class to help understand why people think differently than you do about this, and take the same facts and come up with different conclusions, and how to bridge conversations, which is such an important topic that that's blocking our ability to move forward. So it's things that ordinarily are not available in a college curriculum. So it's been terrific. I would think it'd be difficult to leave this area to move somewhere that didn't have an Osher program, because there's so much of value in the opportunity to continue that learning, which from a physician's point of view is so valuable for senior health, mind, body health. Learning on a continuous basis keeps those neurons firing. And when you stop doing that, if you aren't learning something every day, I think that's not a healthy thing.
One of the things that I love a lot, the instructors are all so knowledgeable and have so much information to pass on, and it's all in a very casual, comfortable atmosphere. And there's no testing, and you just come as you are and take what you want from it. But the important other piece is all the people who come and are also taking part in the class, and the really rich life experiences that everybody who comes brings with them. And so it adds to the conversation that the instructors are presenting. And it's just a whole great connection of bringing a lot of people together and a lot of big life experiences.
Those who have traveled the world, have worked in industries that I had no idea how they worked, and to have them add their information to the conversation. And that's one of the great things about the classes. This isn't something where you go and you just sit there and listen to a recitation by a professor. These are things that are engaging the whole audience in questions and answers and conversations. And you spend time at coffee break talking with other people in your class.
And it's developing listening skills all over again, and learning how to communicate with each other, and listening to new and different ideas, and kind of opening your mind and listening to other viewpoints, and sharing information with others. It's a real life expanding experience.
Again, from a physician standpoint, I think it's critical that people continue to be engaged in their environment, and continue to be involved. And I think that's not only intellectually good, it's socially good, because you end up talking with people. And in social isolation, I think as a senior is not a healthy thing.
a lot of times I travel around with Osher catalogs in my car because I run into people all the time who don't know about Osher. And I think, especially for us, when we live in Loveland and are this close to CSU, it's such an awesome connection to have with the university and to know more about the university and what goes on here and the instructors and the rich materials that are around us. It's a really nice buy-in to our community to really really further implant yourself in where you are and open your eyes to all that's around you and all the people and experiences that are around you. If you're home and doing the same old thing all the time, you miss out on so much, and there's so much richness from other people's experiences. And just what all these classes offer that expand your whole viewpoint, everything.
Yeah. We like to share things that we learned through an Osher class. And people go, well, what's Osher? And have the opportunity to introduce them to that. And I've had the opportunity to actually develop some friendships with some of the professors that I've taken classes with. And, just it's fun to meet and sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk about things that may not have had anything to do with the class that we were introduced in. But, these folks have a lot of knowledge. And, I mean, my gosh, what an opportunity to be able to do that. So I almost feel badly for people who feel like, well, okay, I don't have to do any of that. I can just kind of cut the grass and watch TV. And I think that is not a healthy lifestyle for seniors. So we're blessed that we have
Yeah,
Osher.
for sure.